Yo, what's good? My name is Sidney. People call me Sid.
And my name is Brianna. People call me Beyonce, Bree, whatever you feel like for today.
And this is the Just Married podcast. This is our first episode. We happy to be bringing some content to you. And the whole thing is that it's not a marriage podcast. We just married.
Just married. We've been married for about a year and some change. He's going to say 2 years.
2 years.
Whatever.
It's 2018. It's 2020. That's 2 years when I leave people out of my business. But
Right. This episode is actually brought to you by Benefit Management Associates, serving the insurance needs of the community since 1994. So go ahead and Google them, read about them. It's a good company.
yeah, especially if you're a business owner yourself, you can get with them and get your employees situated, get yourself situated, and make some moves. Shout out to Benefit Management Associates in business serving the community for the insurance needs since 1994.
Yes. So we're going to start off the podcast. Actually, it's pretty cool because my husband actually gave me creative control over this episode. So he really doesn't know all the topics that we're going to talk about. So
I went in blind, y'all. That's what you do when you marry. You got to just trust your wife. So I went in kind of blind on this one.
It's kind of funny because you're going to see his reaction since we're recording it and stuff.
You don't have him looking for the reaction. If I have a facial tick, don't assume that I'm reacting negatively or none of that. I'll let my wife handle it, y'all. I was out handling some other business, so let's get it.
So the first topic we're going to talk about is actually going to be something you like. We're going to have our fashion updates. Like, if you know me and Sidney, we really into fashion. I think, like, that kind of, yeah.
Sometimes
really.
it gets tedious.
Yeah, I think that's what one of the biggest connections in our relationship was and whatnot is fashion. But this week has been a big week in fashion because GCG, my husband's line, dropped some new merch. So
For
I'm
sure.
going to let him talk about it because I'm not going to lie. When I first saw it, I was like, oh, this is cool. This is creative. And then I noticed like the little gun and the little knife on the little strawberry patch or whatever.
I had
And
to
I'm
put out
like,
a disclaimer.
hold on.
I literally had to put out a disclaimer. When I was putting out the information about it, I was going to make it just a text post, but I basically had to make a flyer. The flyer is on Facebook. It's been on my social media. The design I'm wearing, my wife actually has on it's like a t-shirt hoodie, very thin, sexy garment. And this is just a t-shirt, heavy cotton t-shirt I have on. The design of the strawberry patch, it's a child, obviously, and a strawberry. They are unisex characters. It's not a little boy and a little girl. It's just two characters. We didn't really give them a gender, or I didn't really give them a gender. But what it's about, the Baking Ethos, is about how what we do in front of children affects them. What we do affects the next generation. So we should all make a commitment to excellence. You don't ever want to get in a situation where your child's teacher is calling from school saying your child did something or said something that they seen you do or heard you say, and you be surprised, or you got to act surprised. Let's all own up to our responsibility. Let's not make excuses. Let's do what we need to do. Another real big part of it is that when you get a scrape, when you get a real bad cut, if you have a skateboard or you ever played outside, you had a real bad cut, scrape on your elbow, and it look like a strawberry. And that's reality. Can you stand up to the challenge of reality and keep it moving? Sometimes it take a child to come in the house bleeding and show their mama and they crying and hooping and hollering and she looking and say, oh, let me kiss the boo-boo and put a Band-Aid on them and send them right back outside. Can you take reality and keep it moving? Can you face what's going on out here with a straight face and make it happen? As far as the gun and knife, if you're an adult, these are just tools. I would never endorse violence, especially being from a city like Chicago. Yeah. I would never, ever make a product that's outright endorsing violence. I don't endorse violence. I have lost friends, lost family. Just countless tales I could tell you about the negative sides of that. So let me just go ahead and say it now. We'll never do that. But to get back to the actual fashion part, this is the prelude to an official drop I'm going to be doing. Planning the event around, I don't want to give up too much, but this is a part of a custom thing I'm doing just to reconnect. I don't want to say with my supporters because people spend their money with just to reconnect with my patrons, with my customers, and give them a taste of the old me where I'm out here hustling and really bending over backwards for these people. The shirts is $25 on the pull-up. You want to meet up, $30 if you want to get one shipped out. I'm offering a whole range of custom options as far as the blanket is going on, the colors that you're getting, the placement. A lot of people haven't really been playing with the placement, but we getting to that point. And so I want y'all to support me, how I support y'all. It's not just about me, it's about what I'm bringing to the fashion game. Before I move on past GCG, I want to just comment on the fashion thing she said about that being a big part of us meeting. I did not try to holler at this girl in 2002 when I first locked eyes with her about no fashion. She was just very well put together. She was looking spoiled. I wasn't spoiled, but I really like how she was putting pieces together.
Baby fat, I'm quite sure.
It was 2002. It probably wasn't even baby fat yet. Come on. It might have been.
Yes, it was.
It was.
Yeah,
it might have been. Okay, it was baby fat.
Yeah.
And I probably had on like Mesquite or something like that at the time. Shout out to both of those brands. One is around, and they just brought baby fat back.
They did bring baby fat back.
Don't make that face. It was a good effort. It was a good effort.
Yeah, that's what's up. I'm glad they brought it back. We actually dressed it in our engagement photo.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, we did. That was the reason I wore the Mesquite and she did. That was actually a custom jacket, a baby fat jacket that we got reworked and upcycled. That's what they call it to make it happen.
Upsized from high
but that's why
school.
we did that. And I wore some custom Air Force Ones that I painted for the photo shoot just to take it all the way back to the essence for our engagement. So that was why we did it. I love my wife. She's a very fashionable woman. As far as how deep we get into fashion, it takes us a long time getting dressed, getting out the house.
Especially with
I
the
say,
baby
babe, should I wear
now.
this shoe or that shoe? Oh, the baby be drippy too. So that's my son. That's two. He's the drip. He's the drip baby. He's the baby dripper, and we put a lot of effort into this. It's not that we've been over backwards going into the poorhouse spending money on fashion because we've been getting flat for so long. We just have a lot of residual drip. That's not like a brag thing. I'm just saying, if you like to be fly, don't throw all that stuff away because it's gonna come back in style. You're gonna wish you wouldn't throw it away.
Definitely.
Jeans never get old. Don't be buying a lot of dumb jeans, then they want to get old. T-shirts I make. So keep your clothes.
Well, that's for men. Women, jeans get old.
Okay, obviously jeans get old. Think about how many pairs of jeans I ripped in the last year. Doing something. That's funny. I'm a big dude. Whatever. You rip a lot of clothes. Obviously, I'm not saying you're going to be wearing the same jeans for 30 years. I'm saying if you invest in clothes and you keep them in good shape how I do, they'll be around. And GCG will be around. Gold Coast Gang. We are some creators of art, style, and taste. It's the Coast lifestyle. So get with me. Get with us. It's a family business too now.
All right. That's what we got for the fashion updates for this week. This week, next topic, I want to talk about what's been going on social media for this past week.
And y'all scrolling, so y'all saw it.
Yeah,
we don't got to give y'all no background. We know what's going on social media.
We know that everybody is talking about the coronavirus, COVID-19. People are scared. People are not scared, some of them.
I'm not scared.
And we're going to get to that, your stance on it. But one of the biggest things or whatever is, a lot of my colleagues and whatnot from where I work be talking, and they're like, black people make a joke out of anything. And I'm like, I want to be precautious. However, I think it's cool that black people can smile in the light of, dark situations and whatnot. It's not like we laughing at it.
I'm going to add a little caveat. It's not just black people. I think it's just people.
Yeah, I
millennials specifically. Yeah. We real big on laughing through the pain. It's a lot going on out here. If you let life stress you out and you can't have a little laugh even about serious topics. Now, obviously, we don't want to crack no jokes. We don't want to make jokes at the expense of people who take losses when these things go on. But you can go ahead and make a joke that just cracks the tension, eases the tension. It's no need for us to be running around scared. We know the reality is reality, and there's certain things you can't change or control. As far as how you crack a joke and laugh about how all the water gone and how the toilet tissue gone, that's fair game. We all got to deal with that, so it's just fair game.
It's crazy to me. People's like talking about, well, what does the coronavirus have to do with tissue and toilet paper? And I'm thinking, like, if people are going to be quarantined in their house, they feel like
I said I actually
I don't understand.
It's like three things that it was funny I saw as far as the topic of toilet tissue. One dude on Twitter was saying that he was like, I don't know if it's me being broke or petty, but I don't feel right dropping $200 on toilet tissue. He had a good point though.
Yeah.
You never, even though you buy toilet tissue, you probably get some on sale, whatever brand you buy. You buy a couple packs, you buy the big pack, and you keep it moving, you go get some. As far as actually going out and clearing off a whole aisle or spending $300 on toilet tissue, that's something I've never did.
And the crazy thing is the people that's probably buying it, like a whole bunch of it or whatever, probably already had a whole bunch of it because they seem like hoarders anyway.
Not hoarders. People that's prepared.
Yeah, people that's over
People who shop at membership stores, they buy in bulk, so they're not hoarders, and they're not running back and forth to the store how we do.
You know what? Yeah, you're right. I'm gonna correct myself. Not necessarily hoarders, but like
that's a bad word. I'm calling my auntie no hoarder. Shout out to all the aunties who was well prepared. They don't even got to go nowhere. They just went to the store just for fun.
I know our auntie called us like, y'all need some tissue. I got you.
Don't do an impression of my auntie on this podcast. I know it's our auntie because I'm married, but don't impersonate my auntie.
Anyway.
But, hold on, let me say the other thing because you was like you about to keep it moving about this topic. Can I say?
No, I wasn't.
One of my homies said, y'all trying to buy toilet tissue, I'm trying to buy a new AR-15. I said, why not both? Jokingly, but I'm very serious. You got to be prepared. Just to be frank, you cannot wipe your butt with the AR. That's just the truth. So if you're going to be in the crib for a month, the AR might help, but it's probably not. You probably going to need the tissue more. So why not both? The last thing was another dude I know, one of the homies, was clowning kind of people saying, he was talking something about the stock market and saying how it shot back up. But even it's a reason that it shot back up. But besides that, he was saying people are getting into hysterics. What are they going to do with all this extra stuff they bought? I said, use it.
I know.
Did nobody buy nothing that they can't really use? It's not like we buying like sailboat. I didn't go buy a canoe, dog. I went and bought
it's actually going to save
stuff that we
money
use in the house. It's going to save money. I just like a grocery trip, but we just spent the extra couple dollars. Now, there was a few purchases I made. I'm not that I can't say it, but it's not just what I would usually bought, but I just don't want to get caught without it. So I did get a couple little extra things or whatever. But people taking the proper precautions. We laugh through the pain. It's funny, but at the same time, it's serious. So we gonna keep a humorous tone about it, man. And I don't have a spirit of fear, so that's why I'm joking and laughing because
I'm not gonna lie. The video where the guy sprayed his son in the face with disinfectant. That took me out.
And his son didn't flinch either. That was the way. His daddy did that to me before. Is that a thing? Like he come home from a soccer game or a basketball game or something? Hold on, before you come to the crib, let me spray this Lysol on your face.
He wouldn't let him get in the car.
He didn't flinch. You know how you put on cologne? You know how they put on the cologne? Like they spray your shoulder. We spray one shoulder at like a department store when you sampling cologne. That's how Shorty didn't flinch when he got that Lysol sprayed on him. So shout out to Shorty. He took it like a G. And the news was filming. He couldn't have known that. He couldn't have known he was going to be on the news as the Lysol boy. So shout out to Lysol boy and Lysol dad. They did that.
Yeah.
Lysol boy. That's hard. That's a hard nickname. Right now, what's going on? Lysol boy? I'm coming through spraying everything. Let's get it, Lysol boy.
Mind you, that's the same.
It's a rap name. You can spell it different. It's a freebie. Lysol boy. Drop your single this weekend. Run it up, dog. It's a freebie.
Mind you, that's the same video with the lady with the garbage bags.
Oh, she was wild.
Store bags.
Let's move on, because that's a video. I hope everybody saw it. I don't want to spend too much time on that video, because if you didn't see it, you won't get it. But shout out to Lysol. Shout out to Lysol boy and the bag lady. Let's get it.
On a lighter note, though, social media, they always got some challenges going on. I haven't actually seen a challenge in a while, but I did see a challenge this week, and it was really stupid.
Okay, I know what you're going to say.
It was crazy, though, because, with talking about the coronavirus and all of that.
Shorty trying to go out a different way. She said, forget the coronavirus. She's finna drown on whatever app.
Well, let me tell them what it is. Basically, people taking the toilet tissue roll, like the little...
Or a paper towel roll.
Yeah,
the toilet tissue roll, that was kind of filthy, too.
Yeah,
I don't know if she bust down a whole roll of toilet tissue to do that, but if she went and grabbed that toilet tissue roll...
They're using it like a straw, though, just so people know we're even talking about it.
Weird.
They're using it like a straw, and first off, it's disgusting. And
can't be a germaphobe playing with that challenge.
Heck yeah, all these germs and stuff, and you just gonna take a toilet tissue roll.
That's super. And then, people got different toilet apparatuses in their house, like, depending on what kind of toilet paper situation is, people got to put their hand inside the little brown thing to get the toilet tissue if you're in a trap. So just to think about what people doing when they grabbing toilet tissue when you're drinking out of that, she gonna die. Yeah. She might, now I'm gonna say she's gonna die. But if you ever play Oregon Trail when you get dysentery, that's when you ate boo-boo. That's if you get a little, like you might have, you're gonna have a, I hate to say that's real graphic, but dysentery. Look it up, Oregon Trail. That's when you consume feces, untreated water.
But
and
basically,
she was trying to do that.
She was trying to suck juice out of the straw.
Speed up your speech, baby.
She
you can say that sentence a little quicker because that was about to get not PG rated on this podcast. But she did what though?
She was trying to suck juice out of the quote unquote straw. But
so what's the challenge that they was doing? If you can explain it to everybody people who haven't saw
that's what I just said. They trying to use the toilet tissue roll to
or
suck,
a paper towel roll
or a paper towel roll as a straw to suck juice out of a cup or whatever.
And they end up drowning, all of them. They drown on land.
Yeah.
I saw a whole thread on Twitter of people that
were crazy.
having near-death experiences almost when you go down the wrong pipe. It's called aspirating. Yeah, everybody in the thread was doing it. So I don't have to see.
My thing is, if you see one and you see them like that, why you have to try it? That's crazy.
Well, no, that's people do. People try a lot of dumb stuff. We get on roller coasters. I'm not a roller coaster person anymore.
I'm not either.
But I used to get on with my friends, and you see people get on a roller coaster before you and then come down looking all shook up, then lost their shoe, lost their phone, lost their wallet, and then you get on after them. So we can't blame kids for doing these challenges because we did a lot of dumb stuff too.
So like we said earlier, though, this is not a marriage podcast, but we are married. But we, like to dive into some relationship stuff because I think people see us as a pretty cool couple. So
we like the Jay-Z and Beyonce of the hood. Don't sugarcoat it. We is the Jigga and the Beyonce of people you know. We is the youngest married couple. We had a raw wedding. Everybody know I am the big dripper. My wife is the big drippette. I'm just joking. But seriously though, it's cool to know that we have single friends and married friends. We all kick it, and we mean something to people. So relationships mean something. When you've seen a couple that been a while, been through things, I don't want to say been through things like we had all type of public beef or anything like that, but it's important to see couples that are rocking out with each other, even if they're not married. I know some common law married couples that I look up to. So
so with that being said, we're going to talk about some relationship stuff.
We are.
I recently last
she
Friday
did the topics
I think.
too, though. Just so y'all know.
Oh my God! I recently just posed a question to my Facebook followers,
and they got a big response to it.
Yeah, it got a real big response. It was basically asking what are the 3 top things you need in a relationship. And I'm not gonna go over all of them, but some of the. Well, first off, I'm gonna tell you what mine were.
Oh, I didn't even comment and say what mine were.
Well, you can talk about it now, but not right now. But my top 3 was fidelity. Dang, what was my top 3?
Right. See, fidelity. Come on, don't stutter.
Fidelity.
You stuttered there, dropped the headphones. Hand me that drink.
Wait. I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna just read it. Oh, and I'm really handing it to you. Anyway.
Y'all see that? Fidelity,
obedience, no, I'm just joking. And it was something else. Oh, trust. Okay.
Fidelity and trust. Okay, you trust me to handle business.
Fidelity.
You said what? Fidelity. What was the middle?
Spontaneity and trust.
Okay.
But the 3 top things though that everybody else was saying was like consistency, fidelity, and communication. Now, mind you, it wasn't a lot of males that responded to this, I don't think.
It wasn't. But I think the main thing is because men are made to feel like we're being demanding, okay? So I'm going to give my 3. My first one is to listen. I'm a talkative dude. I need a woman who is a good listener. Not because I give commands or anything like that, but because I might say something stupid when we go out in public. So listen to what I just said in the house so you can correct me before we get out in public, or so you can give me some input. I wouldn't have married a woman whose opinion and, guidance, or if you will, that I don't trust. So that's a big thing. Listen. Another one is trust is big. I'm big on blind trust. I don't go through my wife's phone. I'm not a snooper. I'm not a receipt checker. I'm not a bank book checker. Mainly because I trust my wife. I don't live with this woman. I didn't have a kid with this woman. I didn't get married to her to be playing Sherlock Holmes behind her back. If you have to do that with a person, you should probably bring it to them in a way where you own up to what's going on in your own life that makes you distrustful of them. A lot of times we project distrust in a relationship where we make a person feel like they're untrustworthy. And I'm not giving credit to everybody saying everybody is trustworthy. But we make people feel untrustworthy when really you just have a problem trusting people, not just in relationships. Yeah. So that was listen and then trust. And then the last one is let's get it. That means be spontaneous. That means be with what I'm with. And I'm going to give a 4th one just because I'm going to go unorthodox. I need a wise woman. A lot of women is smart. It's a running joke about a chick who have a master's degree but still messing with boo-boo off the block and he don't have a GED. That don't make her less than a woman because she has a man who has a different educational background. However, if her and him don't have a good relationship and she keeps having the same experience, then that means that she's not being wise with her intelligence. The other funny thing was they said about she got a master's degree but she made the eggs first when she made breakfast. Come on. Big Mama would have told you, put the grits on, Then make the bacon if y'all eat bacon or whatever protein y'all eat.
Master's degree. She didn't think she was gonna have to make.
No, right?
Breakfast.
She tweaking because who was she? That she not married to one of them nerds she was in the class with, so her master's degree don't got nothing to do with what she doing in that kitchen.
I got a master's degree.
And you throw down in the kitchen. So what are you defending the girl who made the eggs first for?
I like to cook though.
Right, but you don't make the eggs first, do you? You've never done that.
It's not even worth my cholesterol.
I actually make my own eggs. I like my eggs made a certain way, so.
You like the way I make your eggs now.
Okay, you know how to do it, but I'm just saying sometimes I do it myself.
Anyway, the top.
Man can't even make his own eggs in the house. Sheesh.
Yeah, because you be messing up dishes. But anyway, the top three that...
I'm not even going to bring y'all into our household like that. But I can't believe she just said anything about me messing up dishes. Next topic.
I don't mean like...
Next topic.
Wait.
You cook like a chef. You cook like a sous chef.
I am a chef. What do you mean? Like...
She cooks.
No, I don't
she
mean
has
like
a staff that's going to watch. She will cook. She will...
Pause. I don't mean
I was finna get real on y'all.
He messes up a lot of dishes. I mean, like, he scrapes the wrong dishes sometimes.
Now, it's bad habits. I'm used to scraping in them pots, man.
Let me just say this.
That's a joke. That's a joke. That's a joke. That's a real joke. But
the three top ones on my post, it was like
a lot of godly women on there, a lot of church going women.
It really wasn't. I can count like three.
But it was a few of your church members.
I can count three, but the church members gave some of the best answers. Honestly.
Right. I mean, obviously because they feel comfortable talking.
Get you a woman that believes in God. Get you a church.
Right. Get you, and I'm gonna be honest. Get you a woman who, everybody don't follow the same religion, so I'm not gonna project. What religion your woman should follow you. But you and her should be like on the same path as far as that goes, or at least trying to learn the same things. That way there's no conflict and y'all can have a whole common aim in your household. Obviously, I have homies that walk different paths as far as what they subscribe to religiously, spiritually, whatever, if you will. But the women that they choose to deal with are usually aligned with that. So that's the big part. Yeah. I'm not going, I don't want to
But pitch. Back to the top three. The top three was like consistency, fidelity, and communication. Mm-hmm. So
what do they mean consistency though?
No, that's what I was about to talk about, and that's what's so crazy.
I'm so consistent. I don't even understand what they mean by that.
Yeah, but okay, you married like.
No, I was consistent.
Yeah, but you were on a marriage track in a sense then.
No, before
the people. Oh my God, I'm talking about with me when we got back together.
Before that, obviously, I would not be on a Just Married podcast talking about my consistency with.
Okay, yeah, I got you. So, anyway, consistency.
What's she on, Joe? What's she on, Joe? What's she on, man?
Consistency.
Man, then that's wild. Come on, let's go next topic, man.
Consistency being like the top one. That's crazy to me because I think it was crazy to me because I know the age of some of the women.
We're going to turn this into a marriage podcast and we don't blow through this topic. So
okay, I'm just saying it was just crazy to me because I know the age of some of the women that was like.
Now we finna get Dr. Phil.
That was
don't comment on nothing. You talking about the age of the women? She's wild.
No.
Let the record show that she said that.
The consistency part. But you know what?
I'm going to say this. I think brothers just get inconsistent when they don't know what's going on in their relationship. Not to say that in a bad way. I think inconsistency might come from going through different changes, and it might be that he was on a little money streak. He was hitting a dice game or whatever. She didn't know. He was doing a couple extra hours, so he was coming home with that young 6-piece fried heart and some flowers for like maybe about a month straight for all his paydays, probably or maybe 3 months straight. Excuse me, and then he forgot to do it, or things changed, and so a woman probably picked up on it as. He's not doing the same things. This is gonna be a good segue. If you ever heard Cameron album Come Home With Me, it's a K-Slate intro where he said, "Hey, when you first meet a girl, you gotta smack her." He said, "What? Smack her?" What? He said, "Yeah, smack her, so she won't never say, Cam, you don't treat me how you used to." And that's a big thing because some people crave drama in their relationships. Some people crave boring. They crave routines in their relationships. So. If you're going to be anything with a woman, be consistent. If you're a heartbreaker, break her heart. If you're a lover boy, be a lover boy. But whatever you do, be consistent until y'all both decide that y'all ready to make a change. You don't want to be in a position where your girl expects something out of you and you're not giving it.
All right. Yeah.
That's the last.
I was about to say, you just turned into Steve Harvey.
No, my mustache is way thinner. Shout out to Steve Harvey.
Whatever. Anyway, wait. My meme of the week.
Meme of the week?
Yeah.
Okay, and I got some cold memes.
It's a relationship.
I'm the memeologist, dog. I got them. I don't really make memes, but I source very good memes.
Mine was funny. Actually, it wasn't even really a meme. It was just like...
Say it. Dude, you take a long time to talk about it.
It was how many relationships have you been in on social media?
That's a wacky thing. And that's a thing women... A woman made that meme. How many relationships have you been in on social media? Man, what? How many relationships have the average woman been in on social media? 0. How many guys know what her doorbell look like? We're not gonna comment. So that's basically how many dudes did you get to post you on the internet? That's what the question is.
I'm not gonna speak on behalf of all women, but
please don't, because that's something you got a bad habit of doing.
Whatever. What's dude name?
And I wasn't speaking on all women. Obviously, I have nothing to do with how many dudes in your doorbell, and I don't even care. I'm not judging nobody about that. They might be Uber Eats dudes. I don't know. But what I'm saying is, having your relationship on social media and being in a great relationship are two different things, and so that's a loaded question that was made by a woman. I mean,
yeah,
I took it real. Let's get it.
I honestly believe you shouldn't put every relationship on social media. Like,
you should give people some breathing room.
Yeah.
I know people who don't post their job, I know people who would go to the Burj Khalifa in Dubai and won't post a picture. So if you're in a relationship with that person, don't go posting a picture of y'all at breakfast at your auntie house, because that's not okay.
Yeah.
You violating a person's privacy. You trying to breach inner walls. You don't know what their reasoning behind not being so public with their relationship is, and you're gonna ruin a good thing. And I'm gonna leave some room for further content about me and Brianna.
How many relationships have you been in on social media?
It depends on when Facebook first came out, you could put people on limited profile, so everybody didn't see certain pictures. That's not even being funny. That's me just being real. So if a woman that I was dating and she posted a picture of us that I knew was a picture of us, or it might have been just our shoes, or my girl might post my
shoes.
I'm not going to. Anyway, she might post just my hand, my elbow. I got some distinctive tattoos. She might just post my wrist in the picture with this wristband on. Shout out to my boy TRC. This is a very hard wristband. But anyway, that type of stuff where if a woman wants to post, you, and you don't mind, let her post you. That doesn't mean you're in a public relationship on social media.
Our relationship on
That's
social
weird.
media.
You shouldn't have said that. I'm gonna be honest. You shouldn't. In all fairness, you shouldn't have said that. Because you and the last woman I dated are not friends on social media. So of course you didn't see the picture that she posted. So I don't want to get on here and misrepresent. And I'm just being honest. There's a moment I didn't necessarily want to have on the podcast, but I don't want to misrepresent the fact that I've only been with my wife. That's some weird stuff. I would never do that. But yeah, social media relationships. It all depends, because it's people who I see hang out with each other frequently or comment on each other's content frequently that I don't know what personal relationship they have, but I could assume that they have a very personal relationship, and that might be considered a relationship on social media in today's day and age. You always in her comments. You always the first love on her Facebook picture. You probably dibbling and dabbling.
Oh Lord.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that it might be that, or you might be real interested. And when she posts that spicy content and you're the first dude on there, you got to be the first like and comment. You either aspiring or you conspiring. So it's one of the two.
That's why you got to be careful.
No, you don't.
How you react to these posts.
No, you don't. I show a lot of love on Facebook. The guys, the girls, the homies. I don't care if you post a nice puppy. I'm loving it. I don't care. That's why they put the love button on there. I just try to make sure I don't ha-ha your post accidentally. The love and the ha-ha button are too close. My homie posted a rest in peace recently, and I tried to show some love to the picture, and the ha-ha button was very close. And I really had to think about how that would have impacted him if I would have accidentally hit ha-ha to him rest in peace and his homie. And this is one of my real big homies that posted that. So Facebook needs to separate the love and the ha-ha button, but I give out indiscriminate love because that's something we don't do a lot.
And we need to make sure we check after you react, just so you can correct that.
You know what's so funny? I posted something, I don't know if it was about the birth of my son or me and my wife or something. It was real, I'm not going to say deep because it's not that deep on social media, but it was something that was serious. Mm-hmm. And somebody who I'd known for years, not really like cool like that, but she was like a upperclassman in high school, she ha-ha'd the post. So I left it up for a minute. I was like doubling back, checking, refreshing to see what she gonna fix it because accidents happen. And finally, maybe about 13 U.S. minutes later, I messaged her like, "Hey, what you want on my post?" And she, it was an accident. Wooty wooty woo. I'm going through a lot right now. I just had a death in the family. But if it was that serious, I'm gonna just unfriend you. I'm like, whoa. But she was going through something. So we just probably had a both trigger moment, me and her. No disrespect.
Did she really unfriend you?
I think she did. It was like you message through Messenger, so I ain't never really double checked, but I think she unfriended because the reaction went away from my post, and I went to her page. It was like add friends. She might have deleted her Facebook. We don't really know, but
dang.
It was a whole thing. But that's serious.
Yeah, it is.
And you got to understand, certain people. Excuse me. Take social media. I need to sit down. The claws got me burping in here. Social media. That's why I need to sit down. I'm seated. See, that's what that liquor do. But anyway, certain people take social media more serious than you. You don't know what they have going on. You don't know what type of business people they have on their social media. You really don't know what's going on other than you see their Facebook page. So don't never make a person feel like they're taking something more serious or too serious because you don't know what people have going on.
That's true.
And that applies to relationships. That applies to just anything with this social media thing. I promote business. I'm a family man. I have very close ties, business, personal, and otherwise, on social media. So even though I have a real lax approach to it, certain people don't, and you gotta understand that. Even relationships-wise, don't post a girl without her permission. Don't post a guy without his permission. Make sure it's organic and it's real. We don't want to be showing off of social media and potentially ruin something that could have been real, and that's just in any case. Yeah. Even business deals, not just relationships.
Yeah. Moving on.
Yeah, you don't gotta say that, baby. We just move on.
Anyway, anybody that knows me knows I love reality TV. So I think
any woman that is under 70 could have got on here and said that. So that's not something
I really think like I had to put it in my vows like that I would tone down on the reality TV.
And she lied in front
No. I did tone it down for a second, but then I picked up some other shows.
The Real Housewives of, I'm not going to say the city, but she watches a new city now, and it's weird. I like it because I watch it sometimes, and I think that, and they actually...
You don't like it.
That's a lie.
You may like it.
I like them better than the other city. I'm not going to say the other city, but I like them better than them. Because they actually have careers. They're actually career women going through real issues and not just throwing martinis on each other. And I'm going to be fair, all the women on all these shows have a big business portfolio, but it negatively impacts women the same way that shoot 'em up rap negatively impacts men. And I'm ready to argue. I'm ready to argue, dog. If you riding around listening to young little shoot 'em up and young bang bang rapping about blowing somebody's face off and smacking women and throwing them out of Escalades, it's the same negative impact that they have on women in this reality TV show. As far as how they portray publicly and what it does to their psyche. And I'm ready to argue.
I think I agree with you with some women. Like
all women.
I don't think all women.
It
don't have no effect on me.
That's a lie.
My psyche.
That's a lie.
But anyway.
That's a lie. It's a lie. I'm just saying, if me and you have an argument, then you go upstairs and you go in upstairs. We don't have that's not how it's everything set up. But you go in the living room or you go in the next room and you watching real so-and-sos of so-and-so or loving whatever or growing up whatever. Or, I'm not going to give no free shout out to these shows or VH1. I already need to give a shout. You watch one of those shows and they having relationship drama, baby mama drama, infidelity drama. You will be a liar to say you watching that show and you don't think about how these topics relate to you. That's a lie. Anybody who say they're watching a reality show and don't think about how it relates to their life is a lie.
I mean, yeah, but I don't think it impacts my behaviors.
That's behaviors and psyche go hand in hand. So if you're watching a show about a guy who it's just like a character, it's like I don't want to like give no free publicity, not to say publicity, but we all watch these shows. Mm-hmm. It's a dude on the show, and they in the same city we from, and he be having infidelity issues with his wife now, whatever. Now, I personally identify with the guy on the show for several reasons. I'm a loud voice dude. I got a beard. People probably associate me with being rambunctious. However, I respect him as a man for his growth. I'm gonna add a caveat. If I was a woman watching this show, I wouldn't like his character at all in a lot of ways. Yeah. Just the way they paint him, the way they edit the show, they make it look like he's vindictive toward women, like he's a whoremonger, like it's a lot of ways. And not that, it's reality, it's got to be interesting. So I don't know what's really going on behind the scenes, but I just don't think it's good to sit and watch real life drama and situations that you go through and how that's just like, I'm going to go all the way there. If I was a rape victim, I wouldn't watch SVU. That's weird. And that's something that women do. You're going through all this. All women go, and you haven't been, not to say it like that.
No, yeah, right. I know.
So all women go through relationship drama. We all go through relationship drama. So to watch a show where they going through this every week is, I'm not going to say weird, but it definitely affects your psyche, and nobody can tell me otherwise.
I watch it because it's funny. Like, a lot of stuff is hilarious.
Funny in what way? Because I watch Cartoon Network. My favorite show is...
You think that's funny, but like...
I'm not. That's Rick and Morty. That's my favorite Cartoon Network show right now. And they said they have a lot of social commentary. It's a lot of... They just played Future Percocet. Molly Percocet. If you watch the show, you know I'm talking about the Dragon episode. It was a whole thing. Like 7 jokes back to back that was funny related to Future on Rick and Morty Cartoon Network. Anybody who know me know I watch Cartoon Network Adult Swim a lot. Those shows have real valid commentary. And I can take more in from that kind of show than I can watching some Negroes and women argue about real life drama that I go through. That's weird. We should be watching
It's not all real life drama that you go through. It's
I've never seen
it's
one
funny.
episode where they
funny.
just happy go lucky. Never.
I mean,
one.
no, but
You said no. So you watch soap operas now?
I do.
Cheers to that. These women watching real life soap operas, then they texting you to some. So what happened when your phone died and you was at Red Diamond last November? That's what be going
I
on.
don't do that. But look, if you were to get like an offer on a reality show, you wouldn't be on the reality show for your platform?
Yeah, on Vice or something like that. If we talking about art on a reality show, I wouldn't be on there just showing me dropping my baby off to my mama and getting into me, have us arguing in the kitchen. And no, I would not. Absolutely not. No.
Regardless of the amount of money.
No. I would actually parlay it up, and I'm looking right to the camera. I would actually parlay that offer into a better, more wholesome offer for some real content. I'm not finna play with my image. My face card is 100 out here. I'm never finna play like that. That's like, because we could do that now. We finna be putting content. If we wanted to, we could sit these people right at our dining room table and let them see all the arguments and us counting up the bills and how we raising our son, but I refuse to do that. And that's no knock to people who have done that, because they have created a platform, they have created so many opportunities, so I would never knock anybody who's willing to do that. But even they protect themselves and what they show and what they don't show. That's just the reality. But
I'm laughing because one of the reality stars, she said, she put it on like a tweet or whatever, talking about how I will never go back to reality TV. You will never see me. Yeah, she was lying, so I hope y'all run this tape a couple of years later.
Experience scores got the drop in the payments, and that's just no disrespect to her. Life got real, and she hopped right back on the TV show.
Heck yeah, they gonna.
Because why would you say that? You a recurring character. People want to see you. You got fans.
No, but she stopped for a while. But
she did stop, but she was tired of going to the hookah spot. She was tired of going to go get her a little margarita and some hot wings. She steady seeing y'all saying, "Girl, why you not on the show?" So she hopped back on there.
Whatever.
She did her thing.
Funny
I think I know who you're talking about. She did her
2 years later, if we end up.
She gave y'all 2 years off.
I'm talking about us, boy. 2 years later, if we end up with a reality show.
It's not gonna be.
They gonna play this back like yeah.
And it's not gonna be that kind of reality show. Just to be frank, you could bring people into your life. I'm very transparent in terms of certain part of my life, but in order to preserve your energy, preserve the sanctity of what you got going on, just to preserve yourself, leave some sauce for later. Don't put everybody in every aspect of your business. I don't even care where you work. I don't care how you make your money. I don't care what you eat unless it's something very delicious. Shout out to Sid Spots. Follow Sid Spots on Facebook too, on Instagram too, because I'm a Chicago foodie. That's the type of reality show I would do on the low. It wouldn't be me and her. It would just be me traveling the world, eating all type of good stuff.
I'll put you in some of these restaurants.
And I paid, so who really put who on?
I don't care.
Right, you heard that? You don't care. That's, hey, all right.
Anyway, just if y'all see Keeping Up with the McClays or...
Oh my God. Next topic. Next.
Anyway, speaking of family style and stuff, I saw the funniest status. Well, no, it wasn't even funny. It wasn't even funny. It was just like some stuff that I was really thinking of, whatever. Like, I know I guess this girl, she must have recently became friends with her baby daddy's baby mamas.
Oh my God!
Said,
shout out to the phrase "baby daddy's baby mama." The BD's BM, the BD BM.
The BD's BM.
The BD BM.
The BD's.
You
apostrophe as
you a BDBM out here. That's all good
that
though.
Sound like a gang.
No, that's Brady Bunch style. So what she say?
She said, hey, nah, because Brady Bunch style is like some marriage stuff. Huh?
We don't know what was going on. We never seen the dude. We don't know what. We don't know. Do we know?
Do you call me your BM?
To certain people.
Oh.
To my son. I said, my baby mama on the way here. She gonna. No, I'm just joking. I don't say
Okay,
that.
but yeah, you don't call me your.
But on the
baby
Brady
mama.
Bunch, we actually never saw what happened with the dads. We assume it was an
but
ex-wife
look.
because it was made in the 60s or the 70s or whatever.
Oh, yeah, that's
we don't know
true.
what happened with his first baby mama, how she left him with the kids, broke bad on him. Because he had custody of all them kids. We really don't know what happened with her. Then the baby daddy, whatever, I don't remember the mom's
I
name.
wonder what.
We don't know what was going
Yeah,
on. We just assumed it was a whole amicable divorce.
You just know.
What type of
story.
woman? Because think about this. We got to get
lovely
into this.
lady.
A lovely lady, right? She was lovely. But how did dude get custody of all them kids?
I don't know.
And there had to be a tragedy behind that.
That's real.
don't
Okay,
know.
but anyway.
We don't
She
know how the
said-
Brady dad got custody of all them kids, man.
She said hanging out with your BDs, BMs is the weirdest. Well, no, she reposted this and said hanging
So she
out
said
with your BDs, BMs is the
retweet-
weirdest
a
shit
repost
you
will
can
get
do.
you hemmed up.
No, but she reposted it and like said like the
Not
opposite
really.
or whatever. She was like,
then for sure.
and she was like, nah, that's not weird. I
It's
disagree
immature
or
to think
whatever.
otherwise. It's not weird.
Yeah.
It's immature to think it's weird.
It's definitely not weird. The you know, it's how you interpret it too. Like some people.
Yeah, what type of hanging out are they doing?
Yeah,
If they
I
hanging
was
out
about to
spilling
say.
tea about the baby daddy, that's weird.
That's weird. If you hang out with like, you know,
Yes, I said spilling tea. Just I can say that.
I don't think that's weird at all. Like,
No,
I
if it's
think-
constructive, or you know what? Let me say this: as a baby, I'm a husband now, obviously, and I have a daughter. I've been a baby daddy for years now. If I had not married Brianna and we just had a kid together, and I was really screwing up in terms of not being there in both of my children's life, and my baby mamas have to meet about how they finna get this class action child support thing going, then that'd be real. Even if it was that. When I say spilling tea, I mean as far as bringing the baby mama or the ex into your family dynamic, what's going on in a negative way, that would be weird to me because you kind of leave the door open for BS. And nobody perfect. I haven't been perfect. It's been situations where lines get blurred and all type of stuff where you have to step out of this and say, what's best for the kid? Okay, sometimes it's what's best for me? What's best for my baby mama? What's best for my wife? Sometimes you got to make judgment calls. And even to step out of my position as a man, I think women have to make so many judgment calls when it comes to blended families and all that because your baby mama could genuinely not like your new baby mama or have a real beef with your wife or have a real beef or you can have a real beef with your baby mama's baby daddy. And everything could be weird. But women make most of the judgment calls about who they're going to have around their kid, whether they're going to let you see their kid, y'all kid together, whether they put you on child support, whether they fill out the papers to go up on your child support. Just a lot of things, and I don't want to get too deep into the content because it's a lot of room for talk about this. But just, no, I don't think it's weird, and I respect Shorty for saying, no, it's not weird because if we're going to have all these mutual kids and mutual baby daddy, it's better that we understand that neither one of us trying to screw him, or I'm trying to screw him, or you trying to screw him, or we finna give him a threesome. Shout out to the dude who had a threesome with both his baby mamas.
Anyway.
It's going on out here.
Anyway.
I'm just saying, to keep it PG-13, it's going on out here. If you're really having a blended family, if we're going to be blended, ain't nobody married, they might as well. They all doing it.
They might as well.
I'm just saying they all doing it. Separately.
I disagree.
That's like working on a group assignment and all of y'all don't come to the library one good time together.
Anyway.
I'm just saying.
Whatever. They got a lot of support groups and stuff too, and I hope they.
She just said, don't have a. She said, y'all better go to a support group and cut that foolishness out. Shout out to my wife.
No, I'm not even playing. Like,
okay,
when
no, I feel you. I'm not even
all
for that
jokes
group. Just
aside,
like that.
I didn't, and it's
The
not
Hey Moms
funny.
group on Facebook. She brings it up a lot.
No, that Hey Moms group is not a baby mama group. Like,
There's a lot of baby mamas
shout
on
out
the Hey
to
Mom
Sade
group, so don't say that.
Buckles.
Don't say that it's not a baby
starting
mama group. That's actually
No.
that's erasure of the
It's
baby
a
mamas.
mother. It's a mother's group.
Right, but it's mothers in there who aren't married or they're divorced.
Yeah.
So don't say
so
it's not
it's a
baby
diverse
mamas.
pool. So a lot of people don't like to
It ain't
be
nothing wrong
called
with being a baby. There's
Look,
nothing
look,
wrong
look,
with being a
look.
baby mom.
Yeah, but the thing
You're that
is,
baby's mother.
You're not a mother. So at the end of the day, baby mother is seen
But baby
as some
daddy is
type
what?
of. I don't like that baby daddy stuff or whatever.
But that's the reality.
Anyway, baby mama is sometimes seen as a derogative term. So yeah, Hey Moms is just a group
That's
of
projecting.
diverse moms. But I wasn't even talking about.
That's like
Hey
I
Moms.
seen a bumper sticker that said anybody can be a father, but it takes a real man to step up and be a dad.
Whatever.
That's
but
projecting.
Yeah, I don't.
Dude married you, and the kids came with the deal. Okay, he's not Superman because he's dealing with your crumb snatchers by Joe Blow. I'm just saying, and I'm just being real. I love this woman. If she had kids from a previous relationship or a kid or whatever,
we wouldn't be married.
That's not true.
You said that before.
You wild for even saying that on this podcast because that's not what I meant. What I meant was I have had, since you said it, I've had baby mama drama. And if I was another male having to deal with this type of drama from another male or whatever, if your baby daddy was wilding and trying to get brolic with me, then I wouldn't have married you.
Ooh, brolic. I like that.
Yeah, brolic. Yeah, that's like it. You trying to get
knowledge? I know what it is.
But if you, as a man, if you having drama with a baby daddy or another man with your woman, then you probably should fall back. Not because you don't love her, but because you don't want to get tricked into the grave or the prison yard behind defending your family, defending your honor, defending your woman. Because chances are, when you die, he's going to be the guy comforting her. So when you go to jail, when them visits ain't coming through and the books is getting light, she probably spending that on foo-foo. So don't never do nothing. Don't put even for love, you got to get your Romeo and Juliet on. Don't commit suicide, but you got to fall back from shorty if you feel like it's going to end in a situation like that. And that's what I meant, for clarity, that I would not deal with the type of things that, and it's mostly my fault. This is not me dragging my baby mama or nothing like that. I'm just really saying that I would never put up with a dude who was trying to wild out at times with me, because I'm not. It can get real, and I wouldn't play like that.
Yeah, and honestly, it's a little worse with men.
It's not that it's worse. It's just that, you know what? That's so biased that she said dudes get along. I have met men that have dated my baby mama, or a man that was dating my child's mother, and I never once greeted any of them with disrespect. And my daughter is 10, so I'm not saying it in no disrespectful way. I have never met any of them. When I first met them, I never came off on no disrespectful stuff. But women will do that. Women that have their nose turned up. Women read facial expressions, body language. Women will disrespect your woman the first time they meet her. A baby mama will do that. Your actual wife will do that. Your wife will disrespect your baby mama. And I'm not saying, and I'm not even putting my personal business. I'm saying women have a way of disrespecting other women that only women pick up on. And dudes don't do that.
No, I agree. What I'm saying is that if
next topic though.
No, next topic. How you gonna say your opinion and then
Cause I got a baby mama and you don't. Next topic.
Duh.
Next topic.
What is it?
I don't know because you did it, but I want to go to the next topic because now we get into some whole. First of all, we blowing through a lot of content that we could do later. Second of all, I don't want to keep talking about baby mamas and baby daddies because you don't got one. So let's go.
Anyway.
That's how you do that.
Anywho.
We're going to have some drink sponsors next episode. I'm not going to say what I'm drinking now, but you're going to have some sponsors next episode.
Too much. Rapping versus singing.
Oh.
We had this debate at home all the time.
This the topic?
Yeah, we talk about which one is harder. We always talk about that.
Oh, we talking about that. All right. No,
no. Let me
because
say
I just dominated that last topic, I'm going to get her the floor on this.
I'm
rapping
a singer.
Versus singing.
I'm
Sing
a
something.
singer.
Sing the little song you singing. Do
That's
it.
a good example of how you have no tone, you have no ear.
Because my favorite singer is Max B. So keep going.
That's a problem.
He's actually the best.
Anyway,
his rendition of "Sexy Love," if it came out today, would have been platinum on YouTube.
Sexy lady, though.
No, you don't even know music. That's UCB. That's a go-go song.
Oh.
And that's another good example of how
he can sing.
Not on that song. On that song, he's not really showcasing his singing skills. That sexy lady, give me your number, girl. That is not. He's not showcasing no vocals on that song. You might think so. I'm
not saying he is. You can tell he can sing a little.
That's not the point. No man ever heard that song and said, "Yeah, bro, body can blow." Nobody said that.
Probably a man.
To me, he's a man that can't. Right. Well, anyway, I'm not gonna comment on dudes that can sing. But anyway, I'm not gonna comment on dudes that can sing.
Anyway, look. So
I've
been singing since I was like 2, and I always sing to my little son.
My little son. He's getting big now.
He is.
You sing to our son, okay.
I sing to our son all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I be, making up songs. I think I'm going to record a CD low-key.
You're giving them way too much sauce, but okay. You're talking about a lot of sauce.
Anyway, I have our little dinner songs. I have our little floor time songs, all of that stuff.
Now that was cold. When I really peeped that, like I didn't know you was doing that. That you had like different little songs, like the whole dine and sing thing. That was hard.
Yeah,
I like that.
Dine and sing.
Don't see
right.
sauce.
I just
you just gave it. That's a
that's
no. What that's called is a freebie. Don't casually put the melody to the CD that I'm owning in the street. Don't. This on some Joe Jackson vibes. Don't
he playing. But
don't do that. Don't do the snippet thing.
He playing.
Can you just sing a little ditty? Because I asked that like a minute ago. Can you just sing a little? You said you was a singer. Don't nobody know you. This is the first episode. Can you just do the thing? Can you just do it?
What song you want?
The one you just was singing and I didn't want to with you, and you acted like I was getting the melody wrong.
Palm trees, beach views, ordinary day. All I wanna hear is interventions on replay. Sit right next to you.
That's enough. Yeah. I'm not gonna rap, but you can sing.
Anyway, yeah, that was just a little. But it's crazy because he acting like this, but he really is serious like this. Like, I know this sounds so morbid, but I gotta tell you, I do a lot of funeral singing.
And I'm her manager.
And I had to
know.
Crazy.
So most of them, now that we got it in place, because she didn't, the last
one. Now that we got it in place.
The last one, they didn't give you a back end from that one, right?
A back end?
You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. You didn't get it back in from that one, right?
I can't remember the last funeral, but I'm thinking about it. Oh.
You didn't get no money from that.
No, I didn't get no money from the last.
So that's why I didn't. So we're not talking about that.
It wasn't like a money type of thing, but people hire funeral singers all the time.
Yeah. And I had to. And this is what happened. Somebody, I don't remember who it was. Might have been somebody hired her to sing for a funeral, and they was acting real iffy with this paper. So I had to go and secure and make sure my wife had to get. We might have been engaged. We wasn't engaged. We wasn't even married. We was engaged.
We was married. We was engaged.
I had to go secure the back end, y'all. Don't play. Send that cash out.
Like they asked me to sing a few songs.
And they asked me to do an encore.
They
asked me to do one song, and then somebody flopped, and she had to get up there and do another song. And I let my artist do that.
He like, did you get the Cash App alert?
Yeah. No, I'm not being funny, but funerals is serious business. I would never ask you to come sing at my auntie funeral or somebody who died in the family. Like my great aunt, Aunt Jane, she passed. I don't want to lie about her age, but she lived to be like 101 or something crazy like that. Like she was old, she was very, and it was family and friends, and it was it wasn't a morbid funeral, it was like a celebration of her life because she impacted so many generations of people. Almost. And if I had been someone from that family, like let's say stepping outside of myself, if somebody from the family actually sing at such a funeral like that for such an impactful person, giving you a little $50, $100, it should be nothing. Because that's a home going for a person that you love. So jokes aside about me securing that back end, I really think that's important that you compensate people for their services.
Yeah, but
especially when it's a serious occasion.
He's trying to put chicken.
But let's go. Oh no, but you don't have a rider at a funeral. I wouldn't play like. But the repast food do be hidden. But just to get to the topic, rapping or singing, I told her rapping is way harder than singing because rap is a skill. Being able to sing is a voice thing. You can get on auto-tune. Most of the best singers that we listen to are manipulated by computers. There is no computer program that can make you a better rapper. And I'm willing to argue. It's not one.
The thing is, everybody
filters,
can do it.
Auto-tune, presets, not YouTube, Pro Tools plugins that make singers sound better.
I've never had no auto-tune.
Okay, we talking about popular singers, some of the best singers. They got backup singers, they got backup vocals. There's no such thing as a backup rapper. Even if you have a ghostwriter. Even if you have a ghostwriter, there is no such thing as a backup rapper. So, Drake, one of my favorite artists ever, he was in that controversy with Meek Mill about rap skills. When it comes down to it, I hate to say this because these are two of my favorites, but Drake is a better rapper than Meek Mill. Why? Because Drake can make a Meek Mill adjacent song, meaning it might not get you turned up as that. Hold up, wait a minute. It might not get everybody as turned up as that. But Drake has songs that are very rap bar to the hip hop crowd. A singer cannot do what a rapper does. However,
they could do more.
They can't. It's
Beyonce.
Name one other singer who we allowed to rap.
Beyonce.
I said one other singer. Beyonce is allowed to do anything she wants. Name one other singer who we allowed to rap, and I'm gonna give you a minute.
Carrie Hilson.
Stop. Oh my God. And then you said Carrie Hilson with her and Beyonce got like they got like blood and Crip beef.
I know, that's what
that girl got put out of business, Carrie Hilson. No disrespect, but she got put out of both of them got put out of business.
Monica, they did a whole challenge.
Stop it. Man.
So don't
Stop it, man. Name another. I'm gonna give you.
I got 3. I got 4. I just said 4.
No, that's not.
Missy Elliott.
Missy Elliott is a rapper who sings sometimes. So I'm gonna give you one last chance to name one categorical singer who was allowed to rap.
Tina Marie.
Who?
Tina Marie.
When did she rap?
What do you
Square Biz? Oh my God! See, and then I hate people play like that.
No, that's serious.
I hate. You know what I hate? This is something people do in an argument, and this why people probably don't like me. I've been in millions of arguments, debates. I'm a real debater. I'm a great debater. I'm a master debater.
You're the debater.
No, but jokes aside though, on some real jokes aside though, singers can't rap. Rappers can sing. Actually, Lil Durk is one of the best singers in the game right now.
But can you sing? You a rapper? Can you sing?
Yeah.
Sing.
Like Max B? No, I'm not gonna do that. That's giving away too much sauce.
Come on.
Don't rate me. See, you capping.
No, I'm saying you can't
capping.
even get the don't rate me.
You capping.
Don't rate me has,
Oh, you know what? All right. Wait. Okay, let me go to this. Real quick because I feel like we got some room to talk about this. This woman on Twitter, she actually has a whole like a brand. I don't want to. I will give her a shout out, but I want to just make sure it's cool with her. I don't want to milk her content, so I'm gonna just say it anonymously. She said, "A man that pays attention to detail is the man for me." Another guy comments, he retweets this. You got to be on Twitter. That's where the wave is popping at. Y'all steal all the names from us on Twitter. We popping over there. But he said, she says, "A man that pays attention to detail is the man for me." And he says, "Until I tell you your lace is showing, one eyebrow is darker than the other, and you need to fill in. Then I mean and I never have anything nice to say to you." Because I'm going to say it. My wife she having a bare nail thing right now, but I used to be a manicure man. I'm going to send you to get your nails done. I'm going to pick the nail color. I'm going to give you to tell you get Butler, please, or Essie mint candy apple. That was a whole thing I was doing for some years in my life. It's not weird. I can tell you why, but it's none of your business. A woman without her nails done, if it's by choice, that's one thing. If it's by force, P.U. Ew. I'm making a
What about her job? What if
she better be, what she do?
An engineer?
She a coroner?
Engineer, Burger King worker.
Oh my God. Burger King workers got the best nails. McDonald's workers.
What?
I just seen a lady at White Castle, no cap. She had a nice Easter robin blue egg. Remember I told you, I did the survey and got the free sliders. She told me that she was a nice lady and she had a nice color on her nails. And I told her, she probably was like, really? Real dudes don't even say that. She's like, dude, driving a little, I was in a truck. She was like, he's not no queer. She probably like, she never gets compliments on her nails from a dude that's not a queer. And shout out to the queer community because they give women, they do a lot of uplifting of women, period. So I'm not making a joke about that. What I'm saying is that as a man, I'll be very focused on the details of my woman, and there's nothing wrong with that. But women don't like it when you tell them, what's that smell? No, that's a joke. I'm just, but she can smell like food or anything. Women want you to pay attention to details. Tell us the details that they don't want you to pay attention to. Give us another topic, baby. What's something else? Because if not, I'm going to this phone. I'm getting the meme out right now.
Hey, the lace thing is funny, though.
Oh, I'm not a fan of lace fronts. She had one a couple times.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of them.
Let me just...
I don't knock them because I'm a grown man. I don't care what a woman...
It was raw when I first got it done. Shout out to my stylist. But, yeah, when I first got it done.
Oh, okay.
But, I mean, when you try to do it yourself...
I know some raw self lace suppliers while you being funny. There's some cold women out here who doing their own laces.
Oh.
Shout out to them.
I wasn't one of them, so...
You wasn't. Your laces. I don't know if your laces.
My beautician had my lace popping, but...
All right, now I'm going to my phone to get a random email.
This is about to be our last meme.
All right. Okay, here go a good meme. It says, when she's single but it's backwood guts in her trash and her TV on HDMI 1. Ah! That's not funny to you?
No.
I'm the type of dude, I'm going to check and see if it's pee under your toilet seat. Like, who was over here lifting up the toilet seat to pee? Because women say they're single, but it's backwood guts in her trash. So that means translation, dude was so comfortable that he was rolling up a blunt and he was playing.
Y'all pee on the toilet seat?
No, we lift up the toilet seat and pee. So when I lift up the toilet seat to pee, it shouldn't be no piss splashes if only women here live here. Pee splashes, not piss. But if she's single, she shouldn't have backwood guts in her trash unless she roll big blunts up. I know some women like that, but you gonna know. And her TV on HDMI 1 with there's no PlayStation plugged up. If a girl got a PlayStation, she better be a real gamer. I'm gonna say that. The TV better not be on HDMI 1 and this backwood guts in the trash if you're saying you're single. Because that's going to lead to some problems. AKA a domestic. It's going to get ugly. Or you're going to get curved. Or you're going to get hit and quit. And then she's going to be on Facebook. So, she's going to be getting her energy together. She's going to be listening to Janeko or whatever shorty name is.
Janae.
Say something, baby, because it's a wrap.
Aiko.
Just Married Podcast. We are not having a marriage podcast. We just married.
And we talk about relationships here and there.
Because we're in a relationship. The next episode, I promise, we're going to talk about no relationship.
It's all his choice next episode. So we'll see what he talks about.
We're going to be talking about this new Jay Electronica album. That's what we're going to be talking about the whole way.
I guess I should listen.
You probably won't like it.